Hey guys, so our book talk today is going to be on a book that I just read that I think that you guys are going to love. So the story is Frindle and it's by Andrew Clements. Now, have you ever met that kid that kind of always does everything that they can to entertain the class and to kind of get on the teacher's nerves a little bit? Well, that's Nick in this book. And Nick loves to make school interesting for his friends. So this one time he turned a classroom into a beach, and then another time, he got one of his friends to make these really loud bird noises, and it drove the teacher absolutely crazy. Well, Nick enters the fifth grade, and he is in Mrs. Granger's class. Now, Miss Granger is kind of known for being a really tough teacher, but one thing that everybody knows Miss Granger absolutely loves is the dictionary. And she's really, really strict on how the dictionary should be used and thinks that it's just a really great tool for students. So one day, Nick comes up with this really brilliant idea to create a new word. And the new word that he comes up with is frindle. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the frindle stands for or how I came up with the idea, so you're going to have to read the book to figure that out. But what ends up happening is this word frindle catches on like fire. And so pretty soon, all the fifth graders are using the word frindle. And it starts to drive Miss Granger a little crazy. And so she starts kind of fighting back a little bit. And so Miss Granger and Nick kind of get into this war and this battle about this word frindle. Well, pretty soon, other people outside of the town start hearing about it. A local newspaper writes this story about the frindle, and that leads to all of these television networks and children's magazines coming and interviewing Nick about the word and kind of how he came up with it. Now, at one point in the story, Mrs. Granger tells Nick that she has this letter for him. But the catch is she's not going to give him the letter until their war over the word frindle is over. And Nick doesn't really understand this, but he goes along with it. Well, by the end of the year, the word frindle has kind of died down a little bit, and Nick doesn't really understand why he hasn't gotten the letter yet. And so he goes to Miss Granger one day and he asks for it, and she says, "Nope, it's not time to give it to you yet." And so Nick actually ends up waiting a really long time to get this letter. Now, I bet you're wondering what the letter says, right? Well, I'm not going to tell you. So if you want to find out how the war ends between Miss Granger and Nick and figure out what she wrote to him in that letter, then I want you to check out the book Frindle and see for yourself.